𝐿𝐼𝐜𝐢𝐜𝐢𝐜. Please take our seats as we prepare for the closing ceremony. Thank you. Thank you. I'm now handing over the closing ceremony to Ambassador Nebietu Getachew, spokesperson of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I thank you all.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats as we await our dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us rise to welcome His Excellency, President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, President Taye Asqe-Selassie. Thank you, Excellencies. His Excellency Taye Asqe-Selassie, President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, His Excellency Ambassador Bankole Adewoye, Commissioner of Political Affairs, Peace and Security of the African Union, high-level representatives, ministers, commissioners, excellencies, and ladies and gentlemen. I have the honor to invite His Excellency Ambassador Bankole Adewoye, Commissioner of Political Affairs, Peace and Security of the African Union, to make his statements.
Excellencies, on behalf of His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, I've been instructed to read his closing remarks verbatim. Excellency, President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Vice Presidents here present, Honorable Ministers here present, distinguished delegates, esteemed partners, ladies and gentlemen. As we bring this historic second Africa Climate Summit to a close, I am filled with pride and purpose. I feel pride because over the past 3 days, Africa has spoken with clarity, courage, and unity. And I feel purpose because the road ahead demands decisive, collective, and uncompromising action. Over the last 3 days, we have not merely debated. We have defined a new paradigm for Africa's climate future. We have moved the conversation from crisis to opportunity, from aid to investment, and from external prescription to African-led solutions and innovation. We have embraced the powerful truth that Africa is not a passive recipient of climate solutions. We are and must be the architects of them. This summit has been a space where we did not just ask the world to listen, but we made ourselves heard. Through the fireside chat with our heads of state and government, we called for a reformed global climate finance architecture that is just, that is equitable, and that is attuned to Africa's realities. We addressed the urgent need to reduce Africa's debt burden while protecting the physical space necessary for climate and development investments. We recognized that climate finance cannot become a new form of debt. It must be a path to sovereignty, not servitude. We emphasized the importance of strengthening our institutions, enhancing our capacity to deliver climate action with the urgency and skill that the moment demands. We recognize that good governance and institutional readiness are the foundations upon which successful climate implementation must be built. Excellencies, we have advanced practical approaches to de-risk investment through private-public partnerships. And we are committed to creating an environment where capital flows, not just into Africa, but through African hands and towards African priorities. We sent a clear and unified message ahead of COP30. Africa's climate finance demands are not charity appeals. They are calls for equity, for justice, and for shared global responsibility. We reframed carbon markets as a tool for sustainable development, not exploitation. These mechanisms must benefit African communities, not extract from them. We did not shy away from the difficult conversations. We called for the repair of historical harms, not through symbolic gestures, but through meaningful climate finance that addresses past injustices and supports our future resilience. And through the commitment to NDC 3.0, we demonstrated Africa's seriousness about adaptation, about mitigation, and about building resilience. Our commitments are not slogans. They are strategies for survival, for dignity, and for prosperity. As we adopt the Addis Ababa Declaration and launch the flagship report on continental climate initiatives, we are not closing a summit. We are indeed opening a new chapter. It is a chapter where Africa is invested in, not merely advised, where climate finance is transformative, not transactional, where solutions are co-created, not imposed, where African innovation is recognized and supported as a global asset, not an untapped resource. As we look forward to COP30 and beyond, we must carry forward a united African voice, a voice that is bold in ambition and rooted in justice, a voice that demands the world that Africa is not a problem to be solved. Africa is a solution to be supported. Excellencies, President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, let me take this moment to thank all our member states, our youth leaders, civil society actors, the private sector, researchers, and our international partners. Your contributions, your energy, and your commitment have made this summit a turning point. Let me go forward with one voice, one vision, and one unwavering commitment to leave no Africa behind in the climate transition, to demand climate justice, not as a favor, but as a right, and to fully invest in, fearlessly and urgently, in African solutions for a sustainable and dignified future. Again, the African Union Commission would like to congratulate and commend the government and people of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia for successfully hosting the Africa Climate Summit, the second version. Thank you all. May our actions match our ambitions. May our unity light the path forward. Long live Africa. Long live climate justice. Long live our shared future. I thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my distinct honor to invite His Excellency 𝐾𝐲 𝐲𝐠, President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, to deliver the official closing statement of the summit. Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Nabiat. Your Excellency, Professor �𝐼𝐜𝐢𝐚𝐥 𝐂𝐥𝐸𝐬𝐢, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency, Mr. Mohamed Yalo, Vice President of Gambia, Your Excellency, Dr. Gideon Timotheus, Foreign Minister of Ethiopia, Your Excellency, Fitsum Assefa, Minister of Planning and Development of Ethiopia, Ambassador Bankole Adeoye, Commissioner for Political Peace and Security of the AU Commission, Excellencies, Ministers, partners and friends, representatives of youth and civil society, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, and a very good afternoon. As we draw this historic Second African Climate Summit to a close, I'm filled with deep sense of confidence and optimism. Here in Addis Ababa, we have not only talked about climate crisis, we have also charted a new course of our shared future. On behalf of the government and people of Ethiopia, I extend my deepest gratitude for the wisdom, candor, and collaborative spirit that has defined your deliberations. This summit has solidified our continent's position not as a victim of a crisis it never created, but as a global center for climate solution, renewable energy, and green growth. Our vision is clear. We are committed to forging a prosperous, resilient, and green continent. Central to this vision is the urgent mission to unlock our vast renewable energy potential. It is an injustice that more than 600 million Africans still live without access to electricity. This is a huge energy generation and supply gap. Our climate action, therefore, should begin with massive investment in renewable energy and a call for climate justice. By harnessing our immense solar, wind, geothermal, and hydropower resources, we can supply power to every household, every industry, and create millions of jobs for our youth. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed that the experience shared and the lessons learned were valuable. From watershed rehabilitation in the Sahel to city-scale flood management in West Africa, from geothermal fields in the Rift Valley to community forestry in Central Africa. Together, we have demonstrated that Africa is not framed as a continent waiting for charity, but a source of solution the world needs. Hence, the adoption of the Addis Ababa Leaders' Declaration and call to action is a powerful testament that the solution is firmly within our grasp. The declaration calls for a massive scaling up of investment to transform our energy landscape, making Africa a premier destination for green finance and innovation. This roadmap is built on three transformative pillars. First, powering our future. We are committed to accelerating the development of renewable energy infrastructure and fostering integrated regional energy markets. This will not only achieve universal energy access, but also position Africa as a green industrial powerhouse. Second, owning our resources. We applaud the declaration's proposal to form a coalition of critical minerals producing countries of Africa. I assume that all African countries produce precious minerals. The minerals that will power the global green transition are abundant beneath our soil. This coalition will ensure that we are not longer just exporters of raw materials, but architects of fair and transparent supply chains, driving local value addition and securing our rightful share of the benefits. Third, protecting our natural heritage. We welcome global initiatives like Brazil's proposed tropical forest forever facility for COP30. Such partnerships are vital to mobilizing the support needed for Africa's grand afforestation and land restoration efforts, and it also recognizes our continent's role as a guardian of the world's vital carbon sinks. I urge all of us to take on this assignment to Belém, Brazil, and make history to garner a more enhanced support for afforestation initiative. Africa has a lot to share to the world, particularly in planting billions of trees, rehabilitating watersheds, and restoring landscape through community mobilizations. Excellencies, the Addis Ababa Declaration is not a document to be in the archives. It is a plan for immediate and deliverable actions. To ensure its success, we must translate our commitments into innovative projects with conviction and the urgency they demand. We will hold ourselves accountable through African Union's continental dashboard to monitor our progress in real time and also ensuring transparency for our citizens and investors alike. Indeed, what is measured can be managed. What is made public gets done. The commitments enshrined in the Addis Ababa Declaration are unconditional. We have the will, the resource, and the unity to realize our ambitions. Let there be no doubt about our determination. To those who see the wisdom in our path, we say, join us. Our progress will not be conditioned and determined by skeptics and doubters. Africa's future is in Africa's hands, and we are building it now. As exemplified by the Great Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, domestic resource mobilization should take the center stage. In many ways, it pays off. Here in Ethiopia, as we prepare to welcome our new year tomorrow, may I say to you, Happy New Year. Malcolm Addis Ahmed. May this Ethiopian New Year herald an era where Africa is not just at the table, but setting the global agenda as a continent that is greener, prosperous, more united, and a harbinger of hope at a time when the world is very much in need of collective leadership that sets in motion for a big leap in climate action. I thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency, President 𝐻𝐼𝐴 ሥላሴ, President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. I now ask you to stand to attention to the national anthem of Ethiopia, to be followed by the African Union anthem. You may rise. This concludes the closing ceremony of the African Climate Summit 2. We ask all guests to remain seated as our dignitaries depart. Wish you all a very happy Ethiopian New Year. Thank you.
Balin jero che, kumubatara.